Look, I know it's hard to get people to agree on anything in today's America. We're more divided than ever, but there's one particular nasty rumor going around that gets on my last nerve. The rumor that former NL MVP Bryce Harper is overpaid. I'm not sure how this rumor got started, but I'm here to make sure you understand that Bryce Harper deserves every dime of his 13-year, $330 million deal. And I'm going to do it with the help of everyone's favorite tool, advanced analytics. Now let's take a look at Bryce Harper's infamous 2019 season, his first under the new Phillies deal. Also, we know 2020 was a weird year, so 2019 will give us a better sample size. It's more accurate. Let's take a look at some standard stats. Batting average and OPS of 260, 882, nothing to flex for sure. Looking at these two stats alone, it really does look like Phillies are setting a Brinks truck on fire with this contract. And I can see why, if you're a fan of just regular traditional stats, get that analytics garbage out of here. Yeah, maybe you don't think Bryce Harper's a great player, but I'm here to tell you the way teams evaluate players has changed. It's not all about batting average, RBIs, whatever anymore. They need to see how well you hit the ball, how well you play in the field. So these traditional stats don't really tell us the full story. Baseball is a sport of skill. Yeah, we all know that. It's one of the hardest sports in the world to play. It's also a sport of luck. As a batter, all you can do is make solid contact and hope for the best. Where that ball lands, whether or not that defender can make a play on it, it's entirely out of your hands after you hit that ball. So let's compare exactly that. Let's take a look at how Bryce Harper stacks up against baseball's elite in terms of actually hitting the baseball. Here are 4 observations. First, I took the 28 players who have an OPS of 2019 above 900 and took the median of all their stats. That's for my traditional stat lovers out there. For you advanced analytic heads like myself, I took the WOBAs above 390, that was 10 players, and I took all their medians. For those of you who aren't advanced analytic heads and you don't know, WOBA is one of the most important stats teams use to analyze players. Think of it like slugging mixed with OBP, except unlike OPS, it doesn't just slam them together and give you a number. Instead, it weighs each outcome to give one catch-all stat. That means unlike batting average and OPS and on base, a single's not worth the same as a home run, a double's not worth the same as a triple, etc. Walks are weighted different. It's kind of giving you a better idea of the value of each at-bat for a player. But we still have that pesky problem of luck. Just because you get a double doesn't mean that you hit that ball better than someone who got a single. You rip a line drive off the green monster, you're a little slower, you're held to a single. Somebody gets a fluke double in the gap. Those aren't the same thing. We know that. Luckily, Statcast was introduced in 2015, and it tracks every batted ball. And every batted ball is assigned a value based on the most probable outcome based on how that ball is hit. Bryce Harper's WOBA doesn't stack up that well against the other 3 contestants we have here. However, his expected WOBA, which takes into account how he hit the ball, tells a story much more in favor of Bryce Harper. He outpaces our 28 traditional stat elite hitters and closes the gap on our advanced stat elite hitters. Though mystery player does open up a slightly bigger lead. But let's take into account how Bryce Harper's actually hitting the ball. His exit velocity is easily the best of our contenders. His sweet spot trails only mystery player, and his barrel rate blows our contenders out of the water. We can see Bryce Harper is clearly hitting the ball on pace with the elite talent of the league, including our mystery player. Elite talent gets elite money. The traditional stats come and go. They fluctuate based on how defenders are playing you, based on how unlucky you are once you hit that ball. But someone who's ripping the baseball at an elite rate, even compared to these elite peers, is going to get big money because over time, they're going to be the more consistent batter. By the way, Bryce Harper's defensive run saved in 2019 was 10, which is good enough for 9th among outfielders according to FanGraphs. But a player's contract isn't just a measure of their on-field productivity. Bryce Harper is a superstar. How is that benefiting the Phillies? Oh, look at that. The second best-selling jersey in 2019. And I can hear you typing now, Jesse, of course he had the top jersey. He just moved to a new team. Whoops, look at that. 2020, and he's still 3rd. But Jesse, jersey sales don't make up a big % of a team's revenue. Yeah, I agree, but it's a good indicator of how a player's likeness can be marketed and how much that will benefit the team. But let's take a look at how he more directly puts money into the Phillies' pockets. Oh, look at that. The Phillies saw the largest attendance increase of any team from 2018 to 2019. For a team who only improved by 1 win, I think we can call this the Bryce Harper effect. But what about TV ratings? The Bryce Harper effect strikes again. A 21% increase in the local Philadelphia market. So there you have it. Bryce Harper is definitively not overpaid, and that nasty rumor can be put to death. Bryce Harper hits the ball like an elite player, plays a solid right field, and most importantly, puts a lot of money into the Philadelphia Phillies' pockets. Oh, by the way, the mystery player was Mookie Betts. Thanks for watching, and please spread the word about Bryce Harper.